Okay, so I've had the opportunity to do video spotlights on all the agents or putting them in the hot seat. So I'm glad you're here. This is not a hot seat.
I love hot seats.
Oh, okay, well, good. That's good, that's a good start. So, Kathy Gregory, new but really not so new to Joanne Johnson Real Estate Group. Back then, in 2010, it was just what? Joanne Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were there in the beginning and then throughout. You've been in the front, what do they say? Front office, back office.
Right.
You've seen like really 360
Right.
of our business and stayed in our business, coaching us with wellness.
Right.
And then when I've really needed you, you've stepped in
Right.
through the years.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Now I'm going to put you in the hot seat again.
Well,
Where do you
I'll
begin?
start at our beginning. How about that?
Not Fairview.
Not Fairview, not Fairview, Tennessee, no. So Joanne and I met in 2010, and people like to ask how we met, and I always giggle and say online, because that's how I found the posting. And
that Troy put up there.
That Troy put up,
Yeah.
and a few months later, I'm working with Joanne, and it was a fun ride, because I'd always loved and been interested and intrigued by real estate and home design.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just was a lot of fun, super fast paced. Joanne's business, your business was really growing, and so it was a very busy time, a lot of growth.
It was very busy, that's right. Because I was working again, or of course I should say, with all of my buying clients and all of my selling clients. I think you came in when I had a number of listings. I don't know why I always remember it this way, but like 9 buyers, not that all were, some were pipeline, not ready buyers, but like 14 listings.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on.
You did.
And I really didn't train you. And I'm sorry for that. Or that's actually a good thing. You can thank me for that, actually. But I really didn't, because you came in with really sharp executive skills, and you knew just how to support me as I was going in and out.
Right. Yeah, and I think one of the things that I really loved about, I think we clicked immediately because we have very similar values, and what we felt about customer service, I think, was very aligned also. And I love that about your business, that it wasn't just a transaction. We weren't about transactions, we were about relationships.
Not at all, that's right.
And that's very important to me, and I know it's very important to you too. And so
it's a ministry is what I think I used to say. Really it's just helping someone move down the road, and get them to a better place.
That's right. And it's always been about customer service, which that's of course it's evolved some through the years and what that looks like, but I would say even from the very beginning, the customer service really stood out and had such a bright light, and not I don't think every business does that. So.
You enhance that, and your first hire, I would say this to even people, business partners, agents that I have the pleasure of learning from, but I've been in coaching for a while too, but your first hire, just even mentoring, younger agents that are coming up, in the market, and it's exciting to see those agents, grow. It's not a zero-sum game out there, you know what I mean? So we all work together, and the Woodlands is an overgrown, small town or hometown.
Right.
But your first hire though it's kind of messy, because you did a lot of things. Right. You know what I mean? You were the transaction coordinator, you were my listing coordinator, you were my marketing person, you staged a few homes, all those things. So anyway, so I really appreciate you. So this feels very natural, and I'm just gonna fast forward then to your journey this year, because I think it's incredible. We talk as a team about making a plan, protecting the plan, and then executing that plan at a very high level. We talk about best practices and all those things. And you made a plan, you protected the plan. Why don't you talk about it? Because I think, in the midst of, your wellness journey and, embracing challenges like training for, I'm gonna say it wrong, whatever, the sprint, triathlon, whatever, it's a foreign language to me.
Right.
Okay, I don't relate to those things.
Right.
You know that though.
Right.
But I'm so proud of you. But in the midst of that, you were getting your real estate license at a record speed. So anyway, I think it's really remarkable. It's an inspiration.
Well, I think through the years, of course, like your influence, other influence of
Others,
of
I would
women, who have influenced me in my business career as a friend. I've embraced change. I used to be the most change resistant person in the world. And finally, I think I understood that really change is about growth. And if you want to grow, there has to be change in your life. And I would say that's been a theme this year for sure for me. As Joanne said, so I started, working with her in 2010, worked in and out of the business a little bit, had my own wellness coaching business for about 7 years. But this past year, I kind of decided that I wanted to, step away from that and do something different, just a new challenge, right?
Yeah, and I don't even see it as stepping away. I just bringing it.
Right.
You just brought it. You packed it up in a suitcase.
That's right. That's right. Because we talked about that.
You can't separate.
You can be a wellness advocate wherever you are, right? Wherever you're planted, and that can be at work. It's at home. It's in your community. Whatever that looks like for you. But this year, it's definitely about change, about challenging myself to, new opportunities, stepping out of the comfort zone that I've been in with the business, and doing something different, in real estate. Because as Joanne said, I was doing sort of the back office marketing. I'd done a lot of the pieces kind of behind the scenes, but I hadn't really honestly had the confidence to step out, I think, as an agent, as a licensed agent. And so that was that required some growth over the past 7 or so years also. And this year, I think I really felt like, okay, I have I think what it takes to become a licensed agent, and just show up well in the team. That's kind of my goal.
And I don't think I know. Because one thing about you and everyone who knows you could be the mayor of this city. But is that you research things. You don't speak on a subject without really, you don't qualify yourself unless you've really looked into it and all of that. You've always been curious about real estate. You have. Even through the years, just asking about, the market, or you're wanting to understand the economic pieces around it too.
Right.
So anyway, it's really great. It's wonderful that you're back. It's like you've never left.
Right.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Well, it feels very familiar, and it feels, like I'm at home again.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I know the whole team embraces you. They're like, yeah. Like when I announced it, they're like, isn't she here already?
Right.
You've been a part of our, team celebrations and those things, just very consistently through the years. And you've been a tremendous support, and you've also helped grow my business. So I appreciate you very, very much for that. I can never thank you enough. So now I'm going to get into my 64-page lightning round. Okay? So we're going to end this way. And I don't know that, anyway, we'll do a little bit of editing maybe. Okay, so what was your first job?
First job ever, or
first job ever?
Ever. I was
selling pumpkins.
No,
or something?
I worked at a grocery store in Tomball, Texas.
Okay.
Klein's grocery store. I don't even think it's there anymore, but that was my very
fabulous.
first
I love it.
job. Yeah, I was a checker.
Did you lie about your age? How old were you?
No, I think I was 16. I'm sure I was 16, yeah.
She's high integrity. Don't worry, people. She's high integrity. That's just me messing around. Okay. What is your favorite word?
Ooh,
I feel
probably
like
family.
Greg, I feel like Greg Gutfeld a little bit.
I don't know,
Okay.
that's the first word that came to my mind was family.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
That's important.
I love my family.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, everything I do really probably centers around them and it's for them, so.
That I know.
Yeah.
If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to?
Oh, man.
I have a name
Okay.
that you gave yourself on a girls trip, Beatrice. So everyone,
I don't even remember that.
I do. Okay, what has been your favorite age so far? I just printed this out, by the way, before we walked in
Wow,
here.
okay, my favorite
I really
age.
did have a highlighter. Did you see me with the
I
highlighter?
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were doing.
My brain works quickly.
Honestly, I would say
She thinks I have ADHD.
this,
Okay, go ahead.
this age, probably 56. This has been a challenging year, but I feel like I've grown a lot and learned a lot this year. I've got some, I feel like, good goals going into next year, and so I would say 56 is probably
I love
my
it.
favorite age.
Well, I've heard you talk about it very transparently. I mean, just the physical fitness, mental fitness, everything. That's the path to longevity. What is the stupidest? Is that a word? What is the most stupid dare you ever agreed to?
Oh boy, I don't know.
We're gonna keep this G-rated.
Let's skip that
Okay.
one.
How do you usually answer the telephone? We all want to know when we call and we have a home that we want to go see. How do you answer the phone?
Well, I mean, if I know you, I would probably say, "Hi, Joanne."
Okay,
But
that makes sense.
Probably with my name, I guess, if I don't know you.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kathy.
Would your 12-year-old self think that you were cool? I'm going to end with that.
Oh boy. I hope she would.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think she would.
I hope she's proud of me.
I know she would be. Well, thank you for joining me today. This has been fun.